Well, Parliament created by the impact of the August Chopper scam a day after BJP raised the stakes, asking the Congress to name those bribe takers in the multi-crore rupee defence purchase scam, even going to the extent of naming the Congress president in the upper house before the remarks were expunged. It promises to be another stormy day in the Parliament with BJP's ace in the hole, Subramanian Swamy, all set to keep up the heat on Congress President Sonia Gandhi, likely to present a copy of the Italian court's judgment in the Rajya Sabha. The BJP has also issued a notice to raise this issue. Congress has also gone on the offensive, deploying its biggest guns to counter the BJP attack after Subramanian Swamy's salvo and Sonia Gandhi breaking her silence, openly challenging the government to complete the probe and prove the allegations made against her. The VVIP chopper scam is all set to echo in the lower house of Parliament as well, with BJP's Anurag Thakur all set to raise this matter. Okay, Parliament has already begun. Both the houses have resumed and we can see Jyotiraditya Scindia already speaking in the Lok Sabha. Let's go straight first to Executive Editor Javed Ansari. Javed, we saw what happened yesterday. We saw also, a very, very angry Sonia Gandhi there retaliating by accusing the government of resorting to quote-unquote a strategy of character assassination. What can we expect now from the government?
Well, if Dr. Swamy is true to his word and he decides to place on the floor of the House or make it a part of Rajya Sabha's proceedings, the judgment of the Italian court, that is going to be resisted by the Congress party. I'm afraid much of the scenes that took place yesterday will be repeated again. I had a chance to speak to Dr. Swamy as he was entering Parliament. He says, in addition to that, I am also going to place on record, or at least I want to place on record, a copy of the agreement signed between AgustaWestland's holding company and a company run by Mr. Michel, which has details of amounts paid to manage senior journalists in India in favor of this deal. Now, this is very explosive, very controversial. We don't know what those names are, whose names are in those files. But if we will, now it all depends that Dr. Swamy has to substantiate that. But so Dr. Swamy not stopping where he started yesterday, he's now going further. He wants to not just, go for the Congress party jugular, but also wants to name and shame all those he says whose names figure in those files.
Absolutely. Javed, yesterday the Congress asked a few questions to the government, whether it was the blacklisting of the firm or, why was there no action taken against all those who have been named in this particular scam in the last 2 years. And thirdly, what was that meeting between the Italian Prime Minister and our Prime Minister? Now, to that, the Ministry of External Affairs issued a clarification saying that there was no such meeting. But what about the firm being blacklisted and why was it part of Make in India? What does the government has to say?
No, the government's stand is clear. They said a firm can only be blacklisted once you're found guilty. They've also contested the Congress party's claims that they blacklisted. While it is true that in January 2014, Mr. A.K. Antony started proceedings, signed on the file, issued instructions that they should be blacklisted. Then the Solicitor General, Mr. Parasaran, said that you need to have an inquiry. You can't straight away blacklist. Later on, when the NDA came to power, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley consulted the Attorney General. His view was that you have to wait for the outcome of the inquiry committee. It's only once a firm is found guilty can you blacklist them. Therefore, orders were given. As far as allowing them to be a part of Make in India is concerned, they say blacklisting means that there will be no dealings with the Defence Ministry. It doesn't mean that they will be prevented from coming to India and manufacturing choppers here. Okay. If they come to India and manufacture choppers here, it's to the benefit of India, and therefore why should we prevent them? So that's the argument that is being put forward by senior ministers of the Modi-led government at the centre.
Okay, just stay with me, Javed. We also have, some breaking news coming in as far as the Supreme Court is concerned. They're all set to hear this Augusta plea today. And just a short while back, we also just broke the news about the Congress moving an adjournment motion, but not over the Augusta deal. It's related to the Pathankot terror attack. Javed, what is this adjournment motion that the Congress has moved in the House over the Pathankot terror attacks?
Look, the Congress has been very critical, Avantika, from day one of the way the government has handled or mishandled the Pathankot terror attacks, especially of the fact that they allowed a Pakistani team to come here. There was a Lieutenant General of the ISI, a serving Lieutenant General of the ISI, who was allowed to come here, and then they were taken to Pathankot, and it yielded nothing. The very next day, soon after they returned, they turned their back and said that, you know, whatever India has given us is not enough, and perhaps India itself has instigated these, stage managed these attacks. And they are also not allowing the Indian team, NIA, to visit Pakistan and interrogate people like Masood Azhar and his likes. So they believe they've completely mishandled this issue, that India has egg on its face, and therefore they want this debated on the floor of the House. This could also be an attempt to try and move attention away from the AgustaWestland and to focus on Pathankot and try and pin the government down for its mishandling on the issue.
Okay, Javed, just stay with me. We'll have to just quickly dip into Rajya Sabha and see what exactly is going on. We can hear some commotion happening. The chairman there trying to ask the MPs to sit down. Let's just listen into what's happening.
If all of you
is it parliament or some Congress party meeting?
If all of you stand up like this, what do I do?
What is the problem with them?
You please take your seat.
I am not going to mention that lady's name.
No, please. No, please. No. If all of you stand, no. Yes, let me listen to.
We also have India Today's Ahmed Azim to tell us a little bit more about what the Supreme Court is going to be hearing regarding the Chopper Gate. Ahmed, can you just give us more details about this? This was a plea that has been filed in the court. Can you give us more details?
Well, Avantika, this petition was originally filed in 2013 by the lawyer M.L. Sharma. But this petition was, and at that time, he prayed for SIT, that is Special Investigation Team, to investigate the whole matter. But this petition was dismissed in 2013 by the bench of Justice Aftab Alam. Now, after this judgment has come in the Italian court, the same petitioner has requested the court to direct CBI to register an FIR on the basis of the judgment passed by the Italian court, and he has requested court to direct CBI to register FIR against all the named persons in the judgment of the Italian court. Now, I would like to tell something about this lawyer. M.L. Sharma is the person who usually files number of PILs in Supreme Court. He was a petitioner in coal scam matter as well, and he was a lawyer for December 16 rape accused as well. So he was several times criticized by the court as well for filing frivolous petitions. But since the matter is very crucial and very important, and currently the whole issue is being debated in Parliament, it will be interesting to see what will be the court's view.
And when will this petition come up for hearing, Emma?
This petition will probably be heard next week. By the Supreme Court.
All right. Ahmed Azim, thanks so much. Executive Editor, India Today, Javed Ansari is with us. Javed, once again, Subramanian Swamy there leading the BJP's attack on the Congress, and the Congress not allowing the Rajya Sabha, member to speak up, and that was expected, isn't it? After yesterday's very ugly showdown between, members of Parliament from both the parties, who clearly are in no mood to make any conciliatory moves at this point.
Yes, Avantika, and what I fear is that this will set an ugly pattern, This could be an indication of things to come, where every time Dr. Swamy stands up and decides to speak about the Congress is going to try and thwart him. However, in this case, Dr. Swamy was not talking about the Congress or the Congress leadership. He was planning to draw attention to some papers that have been revealed, which contain the dealings between the holding company of AgustaWestland and a company run by Michelle, to try and manage opinion among senior journalists in India. He got to the stage of saying, I'm going to talk about journalists, and then, of course, the Congress, then the deputy chairman intervened and didn't allow him to go any further because it wasn't under relevant rules. But the fact of the matter is that Mr. Subramanian Swamy has a reputation. He carries a baggage. He's viewed as being, being brought there, rewarded for his efforts to try and target the Congress party, and the Congress sees a red flag every time he gets up to speak. Unfortunately, I fear that this could be the trend going forward.
But Javed, is there any evidence or is there any information that goes on to state in that Italian court verdict that, the Congress president and other senior party members did receive kickbacks from that particular deal? Because the Supreme Court will once again, hear a plea by a certain gentleman. And very interestingly, that petition was earlier dismissed. But once again, he has, filed for a fresh petition to lodge an FIR against all the people concerned and all the people who have been named in that Italian court verdict. So this is very important, isn't it? And clearly the pressure is in a way mounting on the Congress party.
Look, Avantika, none of us have seen the translated version of the Italian court's verdict. What we are told, and this comes from obviously from Congress leaders, is that there is no case made out of any culpability, any wrongdoing, or any money being received. All it contains, as far as the reference to Congress leadership is concerned, especially Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, is a letter which was found from one of those people which mentions Mrs. Sonia Gandhi as a prime mover for the deal, which says that you need to contact some of our advisors like Ahmed Patel, like Oscar Fernandez, and it mentions even former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. Nowhere does it mention any or cite any example of any wrongdoing or monies being given or received. So far what we are hearing is all innuendo, all insinuations. Perhaps the best way would be for both sides to take a step back and allow the investigating agencies. And one moot question which the Congress is asking and which the BJP has not answered to date is, for 2 years what was the government doing? The CBI may have been a case parrot under the previous government. The CBI now works under a new Prime Minister. What has the new dispensation been doing? Why haven't they probed it, and why haven't they brought the guilty to book?
Yes, absolutely. Javed, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for sharing your perspective and all the updates. We, of course, will keep coming back to you.
Little Master Sachin Tendulkar has turned 43 today, and he celebrated his day by playing cricket with school children at the MIG Cricket Club. The children who are fighting cancer expressed their wish to play.